we shall begin. So get yourself comfy. If you need a cushion or anything under your bum, just to make sure that nothing is in a space of ache, just grab off the couch, off your bed, whatever's nearby. Make sure you're lifting in your belly, tucking your hips under. You can place your hands on your knees or have them resting in your lap. And you're just going to focus on your breath. Just pay attention as you breathe in and breathe out. If you find that your mind is quite a busy space, you can try just counting your inhales and counting your exhales, allowing yourself to focus in on the movement of the chest, the feeling and the sensations of the air moving in and out of your nose, up and down your throat, into your lungs and out of your lungs. And the counting helps if you're, as opposed to like counting 1 to 100, you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many inhale, and then start again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many to exhale, which helps you again conk into I'm inhaling, I'm exhaling, and stops you from wondering, oh, what am I having for breakfast? I'm hungry. Things like that. So let's begin. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. I'm exhaling through my mouth just to help you remember that we're breathing, but you can do it in and out through your nose, in through the nose, out through the mouth. It's entirely up to you. We're still breathing. Still breathing. Please mute the microphones, guys. And allow your breathing to return to normal. So today's class, well, I suppose it's as fun as you're going to make it for yourselves. I'd like to imagine us actually shifting and moving our own energy. So it's not just in the movements that we're going to do in terms of the exercise and the postures, but almost take a little bit of fun into yourself. So I'll give you an example. The first thing we're going to do is, we're tucking our hips, we're lifting in the bodies, placing one hand on the floor, and the hand's going to come up. So this would be, your normal movement backwards and forwards. But you're at home alone, nobody's there to judge you, so I dare you to play around. Imagine that you're sweeping the energy over, mix it around, come back up, sweep, wiggle it around and sweep it down, whirl. Just imagine you're playing with your own energy and sort of creating funness in your energy. I don't know how many people are struggling a bit with the lockdown, but this is sort of like okay, how can I shift my own energy? And just imagining that you've got these little balls of energy swirling around you, and you're just going to play with them in everything that we're doing. So just have fun with the class today. If it so moves you, you can also just stay normal if it's not your thing, but if it is, have a bit of fun with it. So, like I said, the first thing we're going to do, tuck the hips, lift the belly, lengthen up in the spine. Let's start with our right hand on the floor, and then the left hand is going to scoop the energy from the earth, and we're lifting up and over, the arms pulling away, and we flow with the energy, and we pull it down. Maybe we flow a little bit more and come back up. Flow the energy to the other side and come back over. Swirl it around. And you can do absolutely anything you want. If you want to scoop the energy forward and then up and over, that's a lot of fun as well. You're just imagining that you're swirling. Yeah, this is going to be fun and interesting. Up and over, swirl. And feel the stretch going through your body. Keep trying to find that stretch. Start holding them a little bit deeper and a little bit longer, really stretching your arm even while we swirl. You should be feeling this nicely in the QL, going into just the top of the hip. And to the other side. Pull that top arm a little bit more, getting into that deeper stretch. Up and over. Up and over. And come back up to sitting. Now we're going to stretch forward, and again, play with this. So you might want a normal movement, lengthen up, tuck the hips under, and lean forward and squeeze. But we could imagine we're diving down, scooping energy around us as we slowly make our way to the floor. Squeeze down, keep the bum cheeks on the floor, lengthen the arms away. And now we're going to start rotating the chest around in circles in one direction, again, in this idea of moving energy. Other direction. Now just let it flow. Wiggle around in the chest, however it moves you. Lengthen the arms even deeper as you wiggle. And slowly lift up using the bum and the belly muscles. Interlace your fingers, making sure that the palms are facing outwards, and take your arms up to the ceiling, tucking the hips, lifting in the belly, and the arms are pushing away. Slowly lean to the right, making sure that both bum cheeks stay on the floor, and over to the left. Let's play with this a bit. Right, forward, left, left, forward, right, creating circles, semicircles rather. Lift up long and release the arms. In this position, in our easy seat, we're going to do a little bit of twisting in the spine. So let's take our right hand to the left knee, left hand comes behind us, you tuck the hips under, suck the belly like you're trying to get super, super skinny, and twist. And now we're going to go over to the other side. Left hand on right knee, right hand goes behind us, tuck the hips, suck your belly super skinny, and twist. Remember to keep coming back to the awareness of your breathing, in and out. It's not too serious, which is the inhale, which is the exhale. Your body already knows what to do as long as you're breathing and not holding your breath, which is something I do, especially when we go into pain. And release. Okay, the next exercise we're going to do, just have a watch. This is a sort of a fun one. So you're going to come right to the edge of your mat, hands in front of you, like you're going to do a downward facing dog, but we're coming up to an in-betweensies downward facing dog, so the knees are bent. Then we're going to start walking forward, and as we come forward, the knees drop lower and lower and lower, not quite touching the floor. And then we walk backwards, and the knees come up, up, up. We go forward, the knees come down, down, down. We walk backwards, the knees are coming up, up, up. Keep repeating. This is getting our bodies nice and warm. Make sure you keep lifted in the belly. Okay, Someone's microphone is on, it's making a lot of noise. It's okay. Oh, and you can come back onto your knees and take a short break. Hope this is warming you up nicely. Nice deep breaths again, perfect awareness of the breathing. And we're going to go up into our downward facing dog. So come into hands and knees. Place your hands slightly away from where it would be shoulder or in line with the shoulder. Tuck your toes, lift the belly and push back. Remember, these shoulders want to be rotated into their sockets and then pushing away. Then the belly is lifting and then you're trying to push your heels onto the floor. Make sure your head and your neck isn't going into tension, it should be chilling there. And now we're going to walk out the dog slowly, just stretching the calves nicely. From here, I'm going to work on pouncing forward. So you might want to walk your feet in just slightly. Think about lifting in the belly, lifting in the sternum, and let's start with the left leg, pulling it into that lunge position, forward. Then send that leg back, right leg, forward. Send that leg back. If you're struggling, remember we're trying to push down in these arms, lift in the sternum. This lift in the chest actually helps us get a little bit higher, as does the tucking of the tummy. So when you're in an arched position, it's very difficult to get your foot anywhere. But when you're lifting in the belly, tucking the hips under, all of a sudden you can get a lot more movement. But also, if you're struggling and you're bringing your foot here, that's still movement. So that's where you go. You send your leg back, you bring it forward. Send your leg back, you bring it forward. Just do what you're able to do. And finish with the left leg in the front. Now when we're in a nice lunge position, our bodies are feeling nice and warm. So it's the perfect time to work a little bit more split stretches. So first, place your right knee on the mat and you're trying to push down towards the floor with the right hip flexor. It helps to squeeze this bum muscle, so you squeeze and push it down more, turning your hips under, sucking belly backwards. Now we're going to take our left hand on the inside of the left foot and we're going to try and drop our bodies closer towards the floor. If you can only bend your elbows slightly, it's okay. If you can drop down onto your elbows, that's great. And just sit here. Remember to breathe. The more you breathe, the more you trick your body into relaxing. Keep sucking the belly back. Remember, this bum cheek is working, the back bum cheek. Keep breathing. Keep trying to drop a little bit deeper in, so you're allowing your body to put a bit of pressure or allowing gravity to pull you down a little. And slowly come up. And now we're going to lean backwards, getting a stretch in the front leg. So in this position, remember, we don't want to pull to one side or the other. We're trying to keep the hips nice and square, sucking the belly back, tucking the hips under, and the sternum is being pulled towards the ankle as opposed to your head towards your shin. This is the perfect time to wiggle some energy. So if you're anything like me, I love to listen to music while I yoga, and I listen to the tunes. So I don't know whether you can hear my music, but it's literally a nice little bum wiggle movement. And that just takes us a little bit deeper into the stretch as well. Again, like I said, have fun with the poses today. Keep trying to go a little bit deeper by letting your sternum drop, even if it's like an infinitesimal piece of a millimeter down towards your shin, sternum to shin. And slowly lean forward. We're going to try and drop this hip flexor down towards the floor again, and the right bum cheek squeezes to help push the hip down. Push, 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 tucking the hips under. Keeping our bodies up, belly lifted. Place your hands on the floor, push up into your downward facing dog so that we can swap over to the right leg. Knee or left knee drops down towards the floor, and remember to squeeze the back bum muscle to push the hips forward, trying to get the hip flexor towards the floor. Let's bring our right hand on the inside of the right foot. And again, if you can just bend your arms slightly, that's fine. If you can come down onto your elbows, hop down there. Ooh, this is my tighter side, so my one elbow doesn't want to come down. But that's okay. We're just doing our best, allowing our bodies to stretch. Remember to squeeze the back bum cheek muscle to push the hips forward. gently, let's lean backwards, straightening the front leg. Remember to keep the hips squared. We're not opening up to one direction, but keeping those hip bones in line. You lift the belly, you tuck your hips under, and that helps you. So chest gets pulled down towards your shin. And you just lean forward, getting a nice stretch happening up the hammy. Again, I'm waiting for the music beat to come in, but you can wiggle the bum, enjoy the movement. Try and lean a little bit closer towards the shin, getting a deeper stretch, only if you can. Remember to keep breathing. Gently lean forward. Oh, hands are on either side of the foot again, and this back bum cheek is squeezing to push the hips forward, trying to get deeper into that lunge position, that lizard position. And push your hands down, lifting into your downward facing dog. And this time we're going to pull our hands or walk our hands towards our feet until we're in our forward fold. So we're at the back of the mat. Suck your belly up, tuck your hips under, and allow yourselves to just hang in your forward fold. You can grab your ankles if you want to pull yourself a little bit deeper. And sway a little bit side to side, just creating like a little semicircle. Doesn't have to be hectic. And lift up into standing, extending your arms up high. And you can come into your prayer position. And if you like, you can watch me for this first round. It's again just tapping into that fun swirling of our energy. So I'm a bit close to the wall. Oh, and my mat keeps wiggling in all fun directions. But we're basically going to take our hands up, swirling that energy up, and then we're going to wiggle it down. You can play like you're swimming, swirl it, come down into your forward fold, and from here, instead of sending our legs back, we're going to do what we just did and walk our hands forward. Bring our knee forward, bring our knee forward, walk our hands back. Walk into our plank position, drop down, chaturanga. Hold it before you go all the way down to the floor and drop into your cobra. When we're in your cobra, we're going to bring our legs up slightly behind each other. So it's not 1, 2, and it's not both together. It's a slight delay, a slight delay, a slight delay. And then we'll come back into our child's pose, come back over onto our hands, lift up into our downward facing dog, and walk back. So you can see how we're just playing with the movement now. So again, just do what you feel like, add in what you want to feel like, oh lordy. But the point is to have fun with it. Okay, so hands are swirling the energy up, 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 up. Feel your body being pulled long, and then swirl the energy as we come down into our forward fold. Suck the belly up, pull the sternum towards your shins, and then we're going to start walking forward with our hands not quite in a plank position, but we're slowly moving forward, the bum slightly up. Let's go right knee to elbow, left knee to elbow. Walk the hands back with the knees bent. So now you're in a bit of a squat position. Then we walk back again into our plank position. We wiggle, 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 chaturanga. Hold it before you get down onto the floor. And push up into cobra. Make sure your hips are pushing down, the bum is active, and your sternum's being pulled long. And then slight delay with one foot, up and down, up and down, up and down. Tuck your toes up into your downward facing dog and walk back into your forward fold and wiggle the energy back up. Ooh, hands to heart. I hope everyone's coping. Let's go again. Send the energy up, up, up your body. Feel your bum squeezing, your arms being pulled long, and we energy it back down into our forward fold. Walk your hands forward, not quite into a plank position, your bum's a little bit higher, and then left knee forward. Right knee forward, walk backwards into your bent knees so you're in that bit of a squat position. Walk forward into your plank position. Chaturanga. Don't touch the floor yet. Drop into your cobra. Leg, 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 leg. Tuck your toes, lift up into your downward facing dog and walk back into your forward fold. Lift the energy up to the sky. Sweep down, back into your heart position. There we go, guys. That was a bit of fun. Okay, so now what we're going to do is sit on our bums. Yay, back onto the floor. And we're going to do a bit of a challenging, possibly challenging movement, but it gets the entire body working, which is actually quite delightful. Okay, so our hands are placed behind us, fingers facing away from us, and the bum's lifted just off the floor. So it's not up here in tabletop. It's literally, oh, there's the floor. Okay, I can't feel it anymore. That's that. And then you're going to push down. I'm going to start with the left hand. Push down in the left hand to release the right. Push down in the right foot to release the left. And you're trying to grab your toe. You keep sucking the belly down and tucking the hips. If you go into an arch, it's going to be difficult. Tuck under. And slowly replace and swap sides. Keep sucking belly back down towards your spine. And switch. And switch. Remember to push down nicely in the shoulders. Don't let the shoulders come up towards your ears. Other side. Now that I'm on the side that you can see, I'm going to show you. So don't be sinking in the shoulder here. You're lifting. Other side. Woo. Falling over. can plop your bum onto the floor. Try and pull your feet as close to your bum as you can. And we're going to try and bring our arms through. It's okay if you can't and you're sitting over here. Just push your elbows against your knees and gives your bum and your inner thighs a bit of a workout. For those of you who can, you get your arms all the way through. Press them into prayer position and push your arms backwards so that your sternum is lifting forward. Breathe. Squeeze those legs against the arms are pushing against the legs. And gently release. Place your feet together in our Baddha Konasana position. Make sure that you're tucking your hips under, your belly is lifted, you're not trying to arch. I don't think I can show it, I'm not much of an archer. But I can definitely tuck under, so follow the tuck under and try and lengthen up the spine, making sure these shoulders are in their sockets. And you saw my bum muscles actually activate to pull my knees down. And then we pull forward, sternum towards our feet as opposed to our head towards our feet. Try and pull a little bit deeper and keep that awareness on the breath. And we're going to start doing little circles around in one direction. This is where I imagine myself to be it's a pestle and mortar, I think it is. Imagine that little grinding doodad is your top body, and then your hips are like the little bowl that you're in. You're just circling around, keeping the belly lifted. And other direction. And up we come. Okay, so hopefully your bodies are still feeling a bit warm, and now we're going to try and get into our split position. You'll see I'm not into splits yet, so it's fine if you're lifting off the floor. In fact, if you've got cushions or if you've got yoga blocks at home, grab your yoga blocks and utilize them. I'm not going to, so people can see you can do this without your blocks. So I usually personally like starting with my back leg sort of ready in position, and then I walk my front leg forward. So the back leg's already in that splitty space, and then my front leg comes trying to niggle a little bit, and then wiggle forward. Try and keep these hips squared. So you don't want to open up so that you can look like you're getting deeper. You want to keep them in the squared position, rather be less splitty and get into the right stretch, and then one day you'll be like super splits. It'll happen. Keep your belly lifted, squeeze the back bum cheek. And obviously if you can get into splits, you just go straight ahead. I'm just wiggling to the music. Hopefully you're doing your own fun little energy shifting. Place both hands on one side of the body. This is my cheat to get out of this position. So I lean right down onto my hands, which releases the straightened leg, and I can pull it back to the back leg. Whew. Then I leave my opposite back leg where it is and start crawling the front leg forward. So first I get into the stretched out back leg, and then I start wiggling the front leg forward. Up onto the heel, keeping my hips squared. If you find that as you're sitting here, you can wiggle a little bit more forward, do so. We're still in that split position. I'm sorry for the awful signal, guys. I don't know what's happening. Okay, both hands on the one side. We push down on the hands to release that front leg. And you can come into your child's pose, sucking your belly under and dropping your ribs or your bosom onto your knees. Remember to take nice, deep, steadying breaths. And up we come. So here you can just slide on forward onto your side. We're going to lounge at the beach, kind of. So you're all the way down on your upper arm, placing your hand on your head to support your skull. Make sure your hips and your feet and everything are in alignment, not the bum slightly back, chest popping forward, but we're sucking belly backwards. You can place your free hand in front of you to push down to help stabilize you. So this first movement, you're going to take your top leg in front of you slightly, and your foot's flexed to help you keep stabilized. And then you're just going to lift the back leg up and down. Up and down. Just getting into that inner thigh, medial line kind of strengthening. Keep lifting in the belly, sucking your belly back. Seven, 8, 9, hold it up. Keep pushing your hips forward. Keep holding it up. And release that back leg down. Now this front leg that's come forward, make sure you're pushing your hips forward and your hips are tucking under. Squeeze the top bum cheek. I'm going to lift it, sending behind us, trying to stay stable, and touch behind our other foot. Lift it and bring it forward again. Keep squeezing the top bum muscle. Back, up, forward, up, back, up, forward, up, back, up, forward, feet stacked on top of each other again. So we're going to come up onto our forearm now. Get ready to lift up so that our hips are off the floor. Then the top leg is going to come up and back down. And you're going to swap feet. Bottom leg is going to come up and back down. Top leg up and back down. Bottom leg up and back down. Top leg up, back down. Bottom leg up, back down. Both feet on the floor. We're going to drop our bum down and then lift up. Down and up. Make sure you're lifting in the armpit and you're not slouching. Down and up. Down, up, and relax. And swap over to the other side. First, we're in the relaxed beach pose. Hips are stacking on top of each other, feet are stacking on top of each other. Free hand is helping to stabilize us. Top leg comes forward. Back leg, make sure you're tucking your hips under, squeezing your bum, and lift and down. Lift and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold it up. And relax back down. Use your front hand to help stabilize you as we take that top leg backwards and forwards. Make sure you're using the top bum muscle. So push the hips forward. Squeeze the bum up and behind you. Up and in front. Up, behind, up, 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 in front, and back together. Come back up onto our elbows. Tuck the hips, and up we come. Front leg pulls up, then gets placed on the floor so that the back leg comes up. And we're switching. Front leg up, back leg up. Front leg up, back leg up. Front leg up, back leg up. Now I've lost count and I can't remember how many we've done. Back leg up and keep both feet on the ground. Drop your bum towards the floor and up. Bum towards the floor and up. Keep lifted in your armpit. Bum towards the floor, lift up. Bum towards the floor, lift up. Bum towards the floor, lift up. And relax down. Whew. And you can sit in child's pose for a moment. Catch your breath if you need to. And from child's pose, you're going to start lifting your bum gently and walking your arms forward so that we can start stretching the arms nicely. Remember to keep the hips tucked under and the belly lifted as you walk forward. Just go as far as you can. We're not going into cat pose so the chest isn't on the floor. It's really just stretching out the arms. Slowly come back up and come to sit on your knees. Again, if you get a bit sore on the knees, you can grab a cushion or a pillow, pop it under your bum or between your legs so that it's propping you up, so that it's less pressure. And we're going to start cooling down and getting ready for relaxation. So, tuck the hips under, lift in the belly, place your hand on the floor and take that opposite hand up and over and stretch it away from you, letting your bum cheeks roll towards the opposite direction. Remember, you can play with your energy again. Up and over to the other side. Feel that arm pulling nice and long. So when we're on our knees in this position, in the first one, we should have been getting back into the QLs. In this position, we're getting a little bit more into the side muscles and down the side of your bum or legs. Make sure you keep tucking your hips under and you're not going into an arch. Up and over to the other side. Up and over to the other side. And up onto your bum again. We're going to do some neck stretches. So let's start off with left side. We're going to pull our left hand against the right side of the head, up and over our tennis ball, stretching down the side of the neck. If your neck's quite tight, don't be afraid to pull it a little bit harder to really feel the stretch pulling down the neck and into the shoulder. Gently release, and now turn your chin towards your armpit and you're pulling your head towards that armpit. Remember, you've got a tennis ball under your chin, so your chin doesn't drop onto your chest. It's lifting up and over towards that armpit. Take your right hand up and behind, so it's trying to walk down the scapula. Make sure your elbow is close to your head and not jutting out to the side. Remember to keep your shoulders down, not lifting up towards your ears. Gently release both hands. And now we'll go over to the other side. So now our right hand is grabbing the left side of our head. We're going up and over that tennis ball to stretch down the side of the neck. Remember to pull a little bit deeper if you have a bit of tension in the neck. Gently release and turn your chin towards your armpit. And we just pull our head towards that armpit. Remember that tennis ball, so chin isn't on chest, it's lifting over the tennis ball towards the armpit. Now take your left arm, lift it up behind you so the hand is trying to wiggle down the scapula. Elbow towards your head instead of jutting out. Gently release. Staying on your knees, we're going to lean forward, crossing our arms across each other, but then going onto the floor to let the floor pull them further away. And you're just trying to lean down as deep as you can, keeping your shoulders down. Don't let them come up towards your ears. And swap arm positions and back down. And up we come. Alrighty, if you had to derobe during that, please grab your warm tops back on. You might want to grab a blankie for relaxation. And you can lie down, get comfy, grab pillows, do what you need to do. And let's begin. Take a deep, deep, deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Deep, deep, deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Deep, deep, deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Now allow your breathing to just drop into its natural rhythm. Allow your body to start relaxing into the floor. Feel as your energy has been shifted and wiggled and moved throughout this class. And your body just drops heavily into the floor, melting, just allowing everything to just release and let go. Continuing with our idea of shifting our energy, we're going to imagine this pearly, iridescent sort of, imagine the auroras, and those kind of colors are just slowly, meticulously flowing around your entire body. The colors are phenomenal. And they are just filled with wonder, beauty, excitement, love, and fun. So much fun. This energy literally starts seeping into your physical body, bringing it into your toes, into your feet, the soles, the tops, the heels, wrapping around your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, your thighs, seeping into the entire lower body. Wraps around your bum and your hips, your lower back, your stomach, around your diaphragm and middle back, up into the shoulder blades and the chest, wrapping around your shoulders and down your arms, your elbows, your forearms, wrists, hands, and each finger. And this delicious energy is now wrapped around the entire upper body. It wraps around your neck, up the back of your head, onto your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw, your tongue. And this energy is now emanating throughout your entire being. Now imagine going down into your root space. And we're going to imagine each chakra as still and stagnant water. And what we're going to do is drop a heavy ball of energy, starting at the root, so it's a red, delicious ball of energy, and you drop it into that stagnant water, and the ripples start happening throughout this chakra. They're rippling out. They continue to ripple, 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 emanating more and more red and beauty. And we move up to the sacral area, and in that stagnant water we drop an orange ball of heavy energy. And we drop it, boop, and it starts to emanate out, creating these ripples, continually rippling. It stays rippling. And we move up to the solar plexus and we drop a yellow ball of energy into that stagnant water, and it ripples and it ripples. And you can feel that as this ripples, so the sacral area ripples, the root ripples, just continues to ripple now that we've dropped this energy in. We move up to the heart center and we drop a green ball of energy, and it ripples and it ripples and it ripples, joining the other three, rippling, rippling, rippling. We move up to the throat and we drop a ball of blue energy, bloop, and it ripples and it ripples and it ripples, joining the other four. We move up to the third eye, into that purple coloring, and we drop a purple ball of energy, and it ripples and it ripples and it ripples, joining the other five. And we move up to the crown, and in the crown we imagine that we're dropping an iridescent pearl ball of energy. We drop it in, bloop, and it ripples and it ripples and it ripples, joining the other six. And as they ripple, that ripple is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. You can feel as your entire energy body is feeling so much love, so much fun, excitement, movement, energization. Allow yourself to just feel your own body. Now, fully aware that this energetic body continues to ripple and enjoy this beautiful, delicious energy even when you're not paying attention to it. We're going to take a deep breath in And as we exhale out through the mouth, we're allowing this energy to solidify and stay in our bodies. Take another deep breath in and exhale through your mouth, again pulling this energy and keeping it in our bodies. And our last inhale, and we exhale and start wiggling our fingers, wiggling our toes, stretching out our body one last time. Pull your knees into your chest and twist the knees from one side to the other, releasing your lower back. Pull your knees back into your chest, wrapping your arms around your legs, pulling them closer into your chest. And when you're ready, rock yourself back up into a seated position. And you can join me for just one Om. So we can take our hands onto our legs or into our heart center. Deep breath in. Om. Thank you, everybody.